Okay guys, welcome to the second tutorial part. So yesterday we left off right here where we were inserting the user into the database. So I've added some code here that I'm just going to explain to you guys because we don't want to make this tutorial very long. So what we've done is after we've hashed the password, we've created an SQL statement. So we're selecting from user details where the email within the user details is equaling the email that we're getting here on line number 21. After this, we've said that if the result, that means if the query has not executed, it should give us a connection failed and then kill the connection and then tell us what was wrong so we can fix it. Or else we are going to retrieve that email. So we're just going within the table itself. We're using my SQL num rows, takes in the argument, which is the variable. So we're going in the table itself and we're just checking if that email that we're getting here does already exist. If it does, we don't want a duplicate email because emails have to be also unique to the user because of things like verification and things like that. So after that, if it does already exist, we're saying that tell us it already exists. If it does not, then the old query that we had, inserting into the database, etc. So create a login.php. We want to start the login here. So create a login.php. After creating a login.php, my laptop is dying and I don't have my charger near me. So hopefully before it dies after I finish this. So because of time, we're just going to do a real quick tutorial. So create a login.php within the same folder. Just copy over the index.php, the code that we had here, but just remove the first name and the last name. As you can see, I copied it. And just action should be processing.php. So that's where we're going to process the login. So we're going to start the way we start. It's PHP, angle brackets, you already know that. So now because we want to log in, we need to start a session because the session allows us to know who exactly is logged in. So we're going to say session, not session underscore start. So we're starting the session. And then we're just going to go over to upload.php and we're just going to copy over this code. So the server name, the database name, you already know this. So we're just going to copy this over into our processing. After copying this over, going to paste it. We're going to go back in there and we're just going to copy this over too. So I'm just going to copy over the first part, go to processing.php, paste it because we want to retrieve. If you haven't watched my first tutorial, please watch the first tutorial before this one. So yeah, so after this we're just going to copy over the email, so it's going to be that, and we're going to copy over the password, not cookie but password, which is that. After this we're going to have an SQL statement, so it's going to say select from user details where email is assigned to the email, and then we're going to have a result which is going to execute this query. So it's going to be result execution. Sorry, I'm doing this very fast because I don't want my laptop to turn off. And then we're just going to check if this statement has executed properly. So we're going to say if does not, so does not result, we should kill the connection, tell us what has happened. Else, if it has, we're going to retrieve. Else if it has, let me just put it there. Else if it has, we're just going to retrieve the things that we want. So it's going to be if my SQLi underscore num rows. So here we're going into the table. It takes in the argument of which is the query itself. So it's going to be result, and we want this result to be greater than 0. That means we do have those things within our table. So SQL num rows, and then we're going to do a while loop. So it's going to be while, and then we'll create a variable here for this loop. So we're going to call it row, and then we're going to assign this to my SQLi underscore fetch fetch underscore a source, and then this is going to take in the result or the query, the result. So here, what are we going to do with this result? We are going to fetch the hashed password. So I'm just going to say hashed password, hashed underscore password. And what are we going to do with this? We're going to say $row. So which row are we looking for? We're looking for the password row. So we have a row within our table called password. So we're retrieving this password. After retrieving this password, what do we want to do with it? We are going to say that if and password verify. So we want to verify the hashing. Password underscore verify. If password verify, it takes in 2 arguments. It's going to take in the password. It's going to take in the password and the hashed password. So it's going to compare these. And hashed password, hashed underscore password, not password but password. And then what are we going to do? We're going to say that $session. So we're going into the session underscore session. And what are we going to do with the session? So we said we started a session, right? So we are going to say that within the session itself, what we want is we want to store the user ID, because we can uniquely identify someone with the user ID. So we're going to say user ID is going to equal to the row of not user ID but ID, because in our table we have ID. So it's going to equal to ID. And then we're going to echo out, echo successfully connected, login successful. Else, if it does not work, else we're going to say incorrect password. And incorrect password, I need that. Or else we're just going to say email does not exist. And we're going to close the database connection. So we're going to say MySQLi close connection, and that should be it. So we're going to go here. Let's check within the table. We deleted, I think we deleted everyone within the table. We did delete everyone in the table. Nope, we have someone in the table. Let's see, let's just delete this person from the table. So we are going to say that, I think that executed properly, yes. We're going to go here, which is the upload. So here is where we do the registration. So we're just going to say the password is going to be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and we're going to submit this. So there we have, the record has been successfully submitted. So we're going to go to the login here, and we're going to say that, I think that was the user. So we're going to say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and we're going to press enter, and we have an error. So else, okay, so to fix this error, let's just write if there. That should solve the error, I think. Let's try and reload this. Continue on line 37. Let's go to line 37. Line 37. Okay, so I think this else statement is supposed to be here, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that should work. If it does not work, because of time, we need it to work. So let's try that. We have an unclosed line. I normally forget to close these lines. So we have an unclosed line right there. Delete that and right there. Exactly. We had an enclosed one, so the if was enclosed. Let's reload this, and we should get a login successful. So basically, that's how we create a login page. So that's how we create a login page. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm sorry this one had to be very quick. I hope you've understood. If there are questions, you can put them down in the comment section below. Don't be afraid to do that. Subscribe, share, like. I will post more tutorials. We will go into game development. We're going to go into other web development languages. We're going to do in Windows application development using C++ and the Win32 API. We're going to do a little bit of C#. We're going to do a little bit of Node.js. I'm going to have a lot of content that's going to be uploaded here. So if there are any questions, please do not be afraid to ask. But with this tutorial series, I think I'm going to create a part 3, and we're going to create a profile page where you can see now a profile. Like you can see the username, the email. Maybe we're going to learn how to insert pictures, videos, etc. So again, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much.